But as I was saying, people, the word tells you so much. Jesus said, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Beware of being a hypocrite. You understand? Beware of this. Beware of hypocrisy. I always tell people the story, and I hate pointing people out sometimes, but sometimes I gotta, when he said your own mouth, you will know them by their fruits. Why call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things I ask of you? I can't help but remember in this sermon that T.D. Jakes was preaching, and people in the audience were just clapping and cheering. And T.D. Jakes said something that stuck with me, and I can't forget it. He said, if something was to happen to this place, to this temple that y'all are in, that I'm teaching you from, my people will come on the roof in helicopters to come get me. And the first thing came to my mind, who are your people then? So you willing to leave the whole congregation? So who are your people? Your people must not be the congregation. Yes, he preaches the word, but he said your words, you've been known by the words of your mouth. By the fruit of your mouth, you will be known. That's like saying you don't care about the people. He said a hireling fleeth when he sees the wolf coming. He said a hireling fleeth. If you read the word, you're going to see certain things. Let me go to Joyce Myers. Like, do you have a problem with people giving all that money and broke and they can't pay their bills and stuff like that? She was like, no, it doesn't bother me. You will know them by their fruits. Creflo Dollar. He did a sermon. He was like, somebody gave him some change. He was like, I don't want that change. I want some dollars. You will know them by their fruits. A good spring cannot bring forth bitter water. But people flock to these people because of their stature, because their promises of riches and material gain. Creflo Dollar got a video floating around where he's dancing on money. And people are going up there and throwing money on the ground. They're dancing on money. Where did they do that at? I never saw Jesus dancing on money. Why call me Lord, Lord, and not do the things I command me? Or why don't you follow my example? Why don't you follow my lead? Jesus never stressed the importance of the dollar bill. He never said he was going to leave his sheep behind. He said, I laid down my life for the sheep. I laid down my life for the sheep. He said, you are my friends. He said, there ain't no greater love than to lay down your life for another. There's no greater love. But a hireling fleeth. And they tell you, you can listen to folks. Some people are not after saved people. Some people are not after the saved souls because their God is their belly. What they can get out of another person. And they utilize the word to get what they want out of people. It's not how it's supposed to be. If your heart ain't right, the way you preach the word ain't going to be right. And it is what it is. I told you. God doesn't want me to sugarcoat the word. I can get up here and tell you God's going to bless you with $1 million every day and be lying through your teeth. I can get up here and tell you that this year is going to be the most prosperous year you have ever had in your life and be lying to you. Because in order for you to prosper, you got to have faith. You got to have belief. You got to live by this word of God. You understand? You have to. You understand? I'm not saying some people who live according to the world don't prosper, because their blessings may not be coming from God. It is what it is. We know that the devil can grant wishes. When Jesus was tempted in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, the devil was making him all kind of promises. I give you this if you follow me. So you already know that some people follow the devil and their riches come from the devil. Be careful who you follow. The word says it. Are you going to be blind leaders of the blind? It's churches that lead people blindly. It's people who, false prophets and false apostles, he said they went out with us, but they were not with us. There are people that's walking around here whose gods are their bellies, and they're misleading masses. The Hebrew Israelites. you know, I'm just naming a few, because I know them by their teachings. I told you one man told me that he was one of the 144,000. He knew for a fact that he was. Then he told me something that didn't make no sense. I'm married, I got a wife, and I got kids. So that means you ain't a virgin. So how in the world can you be one of the 144,000? You see, if you know the word, the enemy can't trick you. But if you don't know it, he can. How did he trick Eve? He construed the word. How does he trick most people? He construed the word of God. Blind leaders construe the word of God to feed their own bellies. It is what it is. You can't take from it. It is what it is. It's up to you to open your eyes to see it. It's up to you to let God pull that plank out your eye. If not, you're going to stay with the plank. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a secret that God has revealed to me this week. If you do away with self-seeking, if you do away with selfishness, and you start putting other people before you, you'll be able to resist the devil even more so. Stop thinking about yourself, Houston. Stop thinking about yourself, woman. Stop thinking about yourself, man. Stop thinking about what's best for you and start thinking about what God's will is for your life. And you will do better. Do you understand? You would do better if you do those things. You know, look out for others' welfare. That always what's best for you. That's what the Pharisees were about. What's best for them. So guess what? Be not like them. And have a blessed day.